Let me say this, and this is the perfect example for me to like kill their whole ego right now. This is chess, right? NBA YoungBoy is on one side of the board, Lil Durk is on the other side of the board, right? When NBA YoungBoy killed Durk's queen, he killed Vaughn. That's his breadwinner that can move every type of way, right? When they killed King Vaughn, they killed the queen, right? When Lil Durk got so fucking ahead of himself and so mad, he started irrationally playing. He killed a pawn. Who's Little Pab? Little Pab doesn't make no money for Quando Rondo. Doesn't make no money for Little Tim. Doesn't make no money for NBA YoungBoy. You lost a queen and you literally got checkmated right now for going for a pawn. I just killed y'all niggas, bro. Understand that they took your queen, they took your queen.
Yeah, I hate to say it, man, but I gotta agree with 6ix9ine 100%, bro. I never understood why Lil Durk, went after Quando Rondo when Quando Rondo was not the person that turned off King Von's TV. That never made any sense in the world to me. First of all, Quando Rondo was literally minding his business. He was in his own world. He was damn near sleeping, bro. King Von went out of his way to walk up to Quando Rondo and start punching him. Punched him gave him like a 4-6 piece chicken nugget spicy with fries on the side, bro. For no reason, right? We don't even know why King Von did that. Like, before that, we didn't hear about any beef with Quando Rondo and King Von. I guess there was some type of tension between NBA YoungBoy's camp and Lil Durk's camp. But King Von was being a bully, bro. Let's talk about it. He basically bullied Quando Rondo. He basically went out of his way to try to punk Quando Rondo, right? So Quando Rondo's his right-hand mans, did what he was supposed to do and defended Quando Rondo, you know what I'm saying, and did what he did. Self-defense. He even beat the case. He went to court and proved that, it was self-defense, because in the state of Georgia, you can defend yourself with a weapon. So, he beat the case, right? Now, everybody start peer pressuring Lil Durk to go slide for Vaughn, right? Because King Vaughn was basically the Michael Myers in Chicago. Let's talk about it, right? Like, we found out King Vaughn had 7 to 14 bodies. I don't even know if it's alleged, because I think they proved it after he passed away, right? Like, King Vaughn was a menace, bro. He was terrorizing the streets of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So, Lil Durk ends up taking matters into his own hands, right? And allegedly orchestrates a plan to get revenge. And what does he do? He doesn't go after Lil Tim, who's the person that actually smoked King Von. He goes after Quando Rondo. And it's like, yo, so you're going after the man that got punched in his face multiple times for no reason. You're trying to do something to him when he didn't bother King Von. King Von walked up on him in his personal space and punched on him, and he got smoked. So you're not going after Lil Tim, you're going after Quando Rondo, right? You end up hitting Lil Pab, rest in peace to Lil Pab, who I believe is Quando's cousin, right? He had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So they continue to try to do something to Quando Rondo, right? And they probably was trying to do something to Lil Tim as well, right? But the reality of the situation is, bro, is in my opinion, there was no reason for Lil Durk to do anything, bro. King Von did that to himself. I'm not dissing King Von. I'm not, but the reality of the situation is King Von went out of his way to end up in the situation that he ended up in, bro. There was no reason in the world for him to walk up on Quando Rondo like that and start punching him like that, bro. That was stupid. Once you put your hands on somebody and they do something back to you, you can't get mad at whatever happens to you next, bro. Because they was in their own personal space. Quando Rondo probably didn't even know King Von was there. He probably didn't even know he was that close to him, but he probably would have left. You understand what I'm saying? So Lil Durk, you threw your life away because your little homie went out of his way to cause trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, you end up allegedly hiring all these people and sent them to LA, and you was using the record label money and all this, bruh. And now you're in a situation where you're facing mandatory life in prison because you couldn't just let bygones be bygones. Quando Rondo even called you behind the scenes to try to squash the issue that y'all had.
You got ahead of yourself, killed the pawn, and then got checkmated. Now you lost your queen, you get checkmated in court, you're done. Game over, nigga. You killed somebody that don't even matter to that game. Don't got no money, can't, it's nothing. It's a pawn. You killed a pawn and you got your queen took, fucked, and buried, nigga. Get it?
Yeah, I understand.
Because little Tim, the bishop that ate the queen, the bishop or the horse who ate the little Tim who killed Vaughn, is still on the board. You went for a pawn just because you're so mad.
Chat, okay, I'm gonna be honest. His analogy makes sense if we're thinking about, like, you know, who has been affected more. We got to say Vaughn and Durk being removed from the...
He was a breadwinner for OTF. He was a breadwinner for a lot of mouths.
And you know what's funny though? Like, if Lil Durk was in the same situation that that Quando Rondo was in, like, say Lil Durk was standing somewhere, right? Say NBA YoungBoy walked up and just start punching on Lil Durk, right? And then King Von ends up, you know, getting a you know what and blasting at YoungBoy, right? And the same thing that happened to King Von would have happened to YoungBoy, right? Everybody would have been praising King Von, right? Like, people wouldn't have expected Quando Rondo to go out of his way to slide for YoungBoy. I don't even think Quando Rondo would have done that, because Quando Rondo would have looked at it like, okay, YoungBoy went out of his way to do what he did. This happened, right? Cause and effect. But because Quando Rondo is not a mainstream popular rapper, because he's more low-key, I guess you could say he's more underground, right? Because if we're talking music, I think Quando Rondo makes better music than Durk, YoungBoy, and King Von. Like, Quando Rondo to me is one of the most underrated rappers in the game, bro. This nigga's music is fire. If you've never listened to an entire mixtape or album by Quando Rondo, don't comment and get in your feelings and say cap. I challenge you to take time out of your day to go listen to a project, whether it's a mixtape or an album for Quando Rondo, and then come back and get to me. He's a better artist than all of them dudes I just named. Facts. That's a fact. Even real YoungBoy fans that tell you Quando Rondo's music is better. He's just not mainstream. He's not as popular. And a lot of that has to do with this whole King Von situation, bro. Because Lil Durk put people in a situation where he made people choose a side. Either you rocking with YoungBoy's camp or you rocking with Durk's camp. And the majority of people sided with Durk, right? Lil Durk got a feature with Drake, right? We know Lil Durk is cool with a majority of the Atlanta artists, because Quando Rondo's not even from Atlanta, he's from Savannah. So he's already looked at as an outsider. So a lot of those people in Atlanta, they had no problem choosing Lil Durk over Quando Rondo, who's an outsider, because, you know, obviously Lil Durk is the bigger artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's just an unfortunate situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, I just don't get why Quando Rondo's life was being threatened when he literally didn't do anything, bro. You know? Like, if you're gonna do something to anybody, like, wouldn't y'all expect them to do it to Lil Tim? Right? Like, Lil Tim is probably somewhere playing Call of Duty, my nigga, chilling, smoking a blunt, sipping some, you know what I'm saying? Like, Lil Tim is living his best life on some Lil Duval type shit, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, Quando Rondo, I mean, he couldn't go anywhere feeling safe, bro. He ended up going to prison. He ended up catching some type of street gang charge or some shit like that. And I think that was a blessing, because, you know, him being locked up, he didn't have to worry about hiding all the time. Because when he was a free man, I mean, everywhere he was going, he was getting shot at. I mean, it got to the point, chat, Quando Rondo got shot like 5 different times, and by the grace of God, he survived. You know, so him being in prison for like a year or two, I think he's free now if he is. Shout out to Quando Rondo, one of my favorite artists. Like, bro, that might have been your biggest blessing, just being off the streets, bro, and just being, you know, in a more controlled environment, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta agree with 6ix9ine, man. This whole Lil Durk thing, bro, is sad, bro. Because, you know, Lil Durk has kids. He has, you know, a girlfriend or wife, whatever, India, whatever her name is. Like, he has a big fan base. And it's like, bro, you threw your life away to get revenge for somebody that put themselves in a situation the way they passed away. You know, they like anybody that tries to make King Von a victim in this situation is an idiot. He's not a victim. Okay, a serial killer that went out of his way to punch on somebody and somebody defended that, but that's not a victim, bro. That's an aggressor. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't, this is my problem with the streets, bro. Like, when it's time to keep it real, niggas always pick and choose who dick they want to. So they always want to pick and choose, you know, which way they want to go instead of just being honest and keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem with rap and hip hop. That's why rap and hip hop, bro, is a dying music genre, bro, because of shit like that. So with that being said, man, shout out to 6ix9ine, shout out to Big Act, man. It's your boy Days. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, click that hype button for your boy. I'm out.